All right. Hi guys. How you guys doing? Okay, so today on our tutorial, I'll be talking about pivot table or you pivot table. And then we want to see how we can use it to do some incredible analysis. It's one very important feature in Excel that you can afford not to have an idea of how to use it. Because the pivot table actually is used to summarize large data sets and then quickly generate a lot of different insights. And then we can use it to aggregate our data, analyze any data available by slicing and dicing data using pivot table. All right, so let's get straight to business and see how what we can do with it. This is just an introduction so you can have an understanding of the pivot table in case you've not used it before. It's an amazing feature. All right. So now we have a little data set that is made of, have some fields here. Store, we have store, date, sales, and city. All right, so we are going to use a pivot. We want to generate kind of like some insight using this. Now, what we have here is a range of cells. Now, you want to, first of all, maybe there are two ways of bringing the pivot table. Either you convert this to a table first, an Excel table, and then, or you can convert this straight to a pivot table, either way. So let's first of all change this guy to a table. So we know what to do. Control T, you know the shortcut already, and it's a table I've created. All right, so we've had the table already with the filters and all. Now let's summarize it with a pivot table. I bring my pivot table like so, and then it's asking me pivot table from table or range. It's the same thing. It's asking me where do I want to put pivot table. I say on an existing worksheet, that's this particular worksheet, like so, and okay. And I want it from here. My information should start coming up from here, and then okay, like so. Now, the interesting thing you can see here, amazingly, you can see that we have the pivot table fields. This pane comes up here, and all the fields that are present in this table are all here so that you can make some selections, and then you can do your analysis based on that. All right, so without further ado, let's see what we can achieve real quick. All right, so we good. So what I'm going to do is this. We have the store, we have different stores. All right, we have the dates. Let me quickly do something about the date here. The date is given a number. Remember, I used to talk about this. So it's given in serial format. So I can change it to a date like so. Give it a long date. Then I enter. All right. Give it a long date. Let's affect it for every other ones. All of them should have a long date. Okay. All right, so that's the information we have now. All right, so we are performing some analysis on this. Okay, so I click on this. Something happened. It disappeared. Pivot table is still up. We click on this and then it's back again. So let's see what we can do. All right, so I'm going to select the sales field like so, and automatically it gives me what the total sales we have on the table here. So the pivot table, this one I'm creating is a pivot table, and this one is an ordinary Excel table. Now it's giving me total sales that we have, so we can see. Now let's make some comparison. If I select this Excel table and then select the Excel table like so, and I select the table design so that I can do some summation, total row. I select my total row. I can tell here that for total sales, sum of sales, I can tell that we have the same thing exactly. 419,226, the same thing here. So the pivot cell is used to summarize everything. It's kind of like a funnel. It's used to summarize instances of this. So I click on this one again, and then the pivot table fields still come out for us to continue an analysis. Now, there's something I should explain real quick in case I forget. Now, because this particular field, sales here, has values inside, like you can aggregate them, you can sum, you can count. That's why it comes straight here in this particular field area. It comes on sum of sales here. Okay, so we can see different things we can achieve with that. All right, so the next thing I'm going to be selecting is I'll be selecting the city. I select city. Automatically, city comes under rules here because it's just some text values, right? It comes under rules here. So you can manually drag it into that part. If I don't want it there, I can just click and drag out and it goes, or I can just select it like so, and I bring it inside here, and it still works for me. All right, now, so from this, we can see real quick that it's telling us The sum of sales for New York is 5,000. All right. So looking at the table here, we can see different instances of the cities. All right. So we have Vancouver many times here, Seoul many times, Tokyo, and New York just once. All right, so this particular pivot table is giving us a summary, right? An instance of all this, summarizing everything that we have on the normal Excel table here. So we can tell that for the sum of sales in New York, we have 5,000. For Seoul, we have 10,000. And then for Tokyo, we have this. All right. This is actually 104,000, I beg your pardon. All right. So we can see that the pivot table helps us to summarize everything that we have on the real table real quick and real easy. All right. So let's continue. The next thing I'm going to be doing is let me do the store. All right. I select my store table. See what's going to happen when I select my store. Store automatically comes under the values. Why? Now, this is a wrong way of naming the variable. It's not good. Now, this store now, because the values we have, they are numbers, numeric values. That's why it's going under values there. Maybe we would have said something like, instead of store 1, store 2, we say S1, S2, S3, that's store 3, like that. So that way we will know that it's a text, right? Okay, we're talking about a particular store and not just some numbers, right? So that's just for your information. I don't make it. So if I want to analyze the data, I will come back and change this store 1 to like S1, S2, S3. All right. That's the reason it is coming under values. Otherwise, this store, I'll remove it from here. I drag it out here. This store, I can simply drag it down and I put it under my rows. So we can now see that now the stores is now a subset of the city. So, all right. So we see that coming down, let's talk about this table here. We can see that Vancouver has store 1, Vancouver has store 2, Vancouver has store 3, Vancouver has store 1 again, store 2, store 1, and all of that. Seoul have store 11 and all that information. And also, I'm trying to like bring it down so we can see that under New York, we have store 20. Under Seoul has store 11 and store 12, and then Tokyo has store 16, 17, and 18. And while Vancouver has store 1, 2, 3, all right? So now I'm bringing this store under city here, so we can now collapse it. Now the analysis is still getting deeper, we're still drilling deeper. We can see now that we have in the city New York, we have store 20. The sales is 5,000. Since we have only one instance of store 20, like only one instance. That's in New York. We have just one store. So going to see, we have store 11 and store 12. That's 2 instances now. And then for store 11 under CO, because store 11 and store 12 are under the city CO, and we have the total sum, the total sales they made here is written for us here. It's summarized for us here. If we get to Tokyo, we say the same thing. Do we have 3 stores actually, 16, 17, and 18. The total stores for Tokyo is this, right? Tokyo, that's store 16 on that Tokyo is this, store 17 on that Tokyo is this, store 18 on that Tokyo is this. So that was how we can run that. So you see that how it makes to work like we can easily drill through and then make some cool analysis. All right, I'm going to continue and I'm going to remove this store from here and put it on that column so that we can see something. All right, now this is another way we can arrange that. We see that we have on the rows New York, and then we have stores to be on the column side here. So we can check here. I think this is even a bit clearer now. So we can say for New York, column 1. All right, there's nothing here. There's no cell here. New York, column 1, that's store 1. New York, store 2. New York, store 3. All of these ones, this store 1, store 2, store, we can tell that none of them are under New York. So the only instance where we have store for New York is under store 20 here. I don't know whether you get what I'm trying to say. So we can tell that store 20 here, we have New York, and the summary of sales there is what? Sum of sales is 5,000. All right, so we go to CO. We cannot find store 1 is not in CO, 2, 3 is not in CO, 2, store 11 is in CO, and we can tell that we have 661,000, 66,000. All right, and this is the amount that we have, the amount of sales that was made in CO. But this time around, what we're trying to do is just arrange the stores in columns, and then we arrange the cities in rows so that we can like just make a simple analysis and drill through. So this one gives the grand total, all right? All right, so for Tokyo, we have store 16, store 17, and store 18. So we can now tell the grand total. So we have 3 different stores, and then we can tell that total is 33,000 lists. So we see that this pivot table allows us to make some deeper analysis, right? So how about for the filters? Now I'm going to use date now. Date, I'm going to put date under filters. Sorry, let me remove the date from here. So I'm going to drag my date down here and I put it here. I'm using date as filter this time around. All right. Now check it out. Now I'm going up and I have my date here. I can filter the information here based on date. I bring it down like so, and then I select for the particular first date here. These are date two. These date shouldn't be in this format. This date shouldn't be in this format. Okay, I think I should go to data. Let's refresh. Okay, now that I've made my refresh, you see that my date have changed, right? My date have changed. Now you can see that we have date 6, 7, 8, 9 of January, all of them. So I want to check for a particular date, let's say this date alone. And okay, the information will be updated accordingly. I check for this date alone. The information is updated accordingly. So on the 7th of January, you can see all the information, all the sales that we made for that particular date. And I can come down here and I select for this one, let's see. And we can see all the sales we made for that particular date. And we can do multiple selection of sales, select multiple items. So if you want to check this particular two sales, this summation of those two sales can be given like so. And then we can tell, okay, on those two parts, those two data that have been selected, these are the sales that we made. So now this is just a brief overview of how you can use the pivot table. So unlike the normal table, the pivot table allows you to drill down and you can go deeper, all right? And so that you can make cool analysis real quick, all right? So if I want to remove the store from here, I simply click stores and I drag it out. And that's it. It's as simple as that. If I want to remove my filter, I can say filter this and I drag it out. All right, I can use something else as my filter. Okay, I want to look at, I want to use store as filter. Let's see how it goes here. I use store as filter. All right, so let me come down here where we have store. Now we have different stores here. We have store 1, 2, 3, 11. So if you're looking at only store 17, for instance, okay, the information is giving us that that store 17 is on that Tokyo, and this is the total sales that was made in that store. All right, so we click it and then it comes back again. So we can remove that filter from here and then we select all and then and everything. So I'm just trying to like give us a brief overview of how we can use it. Remember that where we have the values here, okay, on information that has to be numerical information will automatically come here. Okay, that doesn't mean that I cannot push this sum here, this sum of cells here. I can, like so, but it will not allow for a good analysis. So it's best for you to allow it here. Automatically Excel understands that and it will put it here under the values. Okay. All right, so we have values, then we have the columns here for information that you want to display by column. Okay, for instance, now, before we even get to that one, okay, let's talk about the city. If I don't want city here, I can click out and I can remove it, and that's that. Okay, all right, if I want it back, what if I wanted to deal with just dates? I want to put my dates here under rows. Okay, so I can tell, okay, I can tell my dates because we are having filter, store as filter. I can come here and okay, select okay. Sum of sales for that, for this particular date. There is a filter in here. Okay, you can see I'm selecting all the dates. Okay. So all the dates are now represented here. So you can see for date 1, okay, from on the 6th of January, we can tell all the sales that we made across all the stores, irrespective of their city, irrespective of their locations, right? And then on the 7th, we had all this. On the 8th, we had this. On the 9th, we have all this. And total information is given out for us. So you can, it is quite flexible and dynamic. You can now run it any way you want, however you want to. I remember that I can also decide to put my date here on that column and it still give me the information, sum of sales by that. Okay, so if I want to see dates by, let's say, okay, I think that would be that for now. Let's just take it easy and slow so that we can really have a full understanding of this. Okay, so with this, I think we have an idea of what we can use the pivot table for, because we're going to be using it to solve a bit complex questions now and then get a summaries real quick. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, the next thing we're going to be doing is this. We're going to be sorting this. Let me remove everything that we have here, have here, have here. All right, so we are seeing this again. What if you click outside and it's gone? Simply come here and click the area and it's back again for you. Okay, so we have the pivot table and all that information comes out to play. All right. And this time around, I'm going to do something again. I'm going to put dates on this column. I did it before, Sha. Put date on this column. I put my city where we have the rows. Okay. Then I want to put my cells under values like so. Okay. So now this is another analysis we're still having. It's still something that we know already. We can tell that for New York, on this particular date, these are all the sales that was made on that date. And then these are all the sales that was made on the 7th and all that. Okay, what do I want to put store inside underneath? I can drag my store inside like so, and then we can tell that for New York, I can collapse this. For New York, we can tell 5,000. I want to drill through this plus open it. Okay, this is New York and it's store 20. Okay, I can click that one for CO. I can collapse what is inside there, open it to see store 11 and 12, and that's the information that we got inside there. For Tokyo, the same thing, 17, 16, 17, 18. Remember that 16, 17, 18 are not very good naming conventions of naming variables. I should say store 16, store 17, store 18. All right, so now 16, 17, 18, like kind of like it's not really how it's supposed to be, because you may like 16, 17, and then the intelligence of this may be adding them up instead of subtracting. All right, that's just for information's sake. Okay, now let me show you something real quick here. Now, when we have values here, we see that by default, you're having sum of cells. What if I did not want to have, I don't want to sum it, I want to count. I just want to count my cells. I click on here, we have value field setting like this, and I double click. You see, I can change it from sum to count. If I click on count, like all the information is counted out for us, right? So everything is counted. I can still come down here again, select that under value field setting. I can find the maximum. I can find the minimum. I can find the average. Let's say we have average sales, and that information will give you for us on our average. Okay, still on average. Let me say I remove my store from here like so I can tell the average we have according to this particular date. Okay, then I can decide to put a filter if I want to. If I so want to put a filter, my filter will be up here for me. Then I can come down here and do my selection. Let's say delete store 11 like this, and the average sales for store 11 is under zero. We can see the average. See how quickly it makes the work very easy for us. Click on it again and it brings this out. I can decide to remove that and it comes back to the default. All right, so that is that for that. So we can also do some kind of sorting. Okay, we want to sort based on which one comes first, right? So we want to sort based on which one comes first, which one comes last. So we select New York and then we come here, do some sorting. So if I do sorting from A to Z, I'm going to be sorting this. All right, I'm sorting this text. It sorts A to Z. Sort Z to A. So you can see Vancouver comes first, Tokyo comes you. So you can perform some sorting on that. All right. Okay, I'm going to undo that. I'm going to undo that. And then let's see, we can still sort average sales. We can sort this one. This one's a number. So based on smallest to largest, we can sort the average sales. So we sort. Okay, let's sort from largest to smallest. We can see that Vancouver again comes up. And then we can see that Vancouver has the largest sales for that particular date. Okay, followed by this, and that. So that's how you can perform your different kind of things you can do with that. So there are many more couple of things we're going to be doing with this, but for now, just understand this. And all right. So remember that I can deactivate this city from here, deactivate this from here, deactivate this from here, right? And I even put it back again. But what if I want to delete this? Okay, I don't want to have pivot table any longer. I want to delete it. Simple. Select this like this, any of this, and then select that, and then you on your keyboard just say delete. Sorry. So where we have the analyze table, you select this analyze table, then select analyze table, select entire pivot, okay? And then you now delete like so, and it's gone. All right, so that's where we're going to be stopping for now on pivot table. We're going to be doing more in-depth analysis using a pivot table. So for now, we're going to stop here. All right.